No doubt about it, folks. Politics today is insane. And I mean, all we have to do really is just look at like what happened last week in the halls of Congress, on the floor of the Senate, on the floor of the House, where we had Republicans fighting each other, threatening to fight witnesses. We got that ridiculously awful report on what a horrible person George Santos is. And that was just 1 week. Actually, literally it all happened within 3 days. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that the political pendulum has swung a little too extreme for the Republicans. And that brings me to my next question. This is from YouTube user awilson8807, who asks, what's your prediction for the political pendulum? Is it going to swing back to normal? Or is it going to swing to a whole new level of insanity? Will order come back? Or with the inmates running the asylum, do we just brace for more insanity from the political fringe groups? Now, when you're talking about the political pendulum, obviously, like, yeah, we have these shifts and the pendulum goes back and forth. So let's hope that where we are right now is not mid-swing. Because if we're only mid-swing on that pendulum, then that means it's still got to go a little bit further before it starts coming back. Let's hope we're at the apex point of that. And that from this point, it starts to go the other way. Now, in terms of the fringe groups on the left, okay, the fringe groups are the ones that are like, we need universal health care and protect the environment. Oh God. Yeah. Let it swing as far to the left as it can. I think that would be best for the country, because down here in the middle, the normal part, that's nothing but corporatocracy. That's politicians taking money from corporations, every now and then giving a few crumbs out to the people, but mostly just making sure that the big money donors and the corporate interests have everything they want. You know, gut regulations, then maybe we'll put a few of them back, but not quite as strong as they were. You know, we'll let you pollute a little bit here, but we'll protect this area here so people think we're doing something. That's normal. So if you're wanting a more normal political system, normal doesn't work either. And that's part of the problem. We have just had, for decades now, such a weird, and I'll say it, stupid political system here in the United States, that it does leave people longing for, oh man, if we just get back to normal, right? Where you don't have Republicans fighting in the hall or cursing each other out on the House floor. Just not having that would be normal. But when we think about that, okay, that's the extreme, let's go back to not having that, then we've actually shifted that Overton window to where normal is actually more on the rightward swing. No, we can't have that. We need normal to be politicians that understand that a group of people in their state sent them to do a job for them. And we need them passing legislation that benefits everybody. We don't see that happen very often at all. Now, we've seen it several times from the Biden administration, right? We got the Medicare pricing. We got the infrastructure package. We've gotten far more good things than Biden has gotten credit for. But we've also got some pretty bad things. Let's be real. He has not been the great environmental stalwart that we believed he was going to be. Well, some people believed it. Some of us did not. And that's normal. He hasn't forced Congress, to when he had both the House and the Senate, he didn't force them to get rid of the Trump tax cuts. He hasn't undone Donald Trump's trade war. We just don't hear about it anymore. I mean, I've spoken at length over the last 3 years about the fact that the trade war is still going on. Nobody seems to care. I feel like I'm the only person in the country who cares about that. It's still hurting us. That's one of the reasons our economy is not as strong as it could be. But that's because the normal's now over here instead of here. But it needs to be over here, because over here is where people actually get helped. So I do hope the political pendulum swings. And I hope as it swings, it shifts that Overton window back over to the left. Because right now, if we just get back to normal, it's a Republican corporatocracy that normal now constitutes. And that's still not okay. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel, We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.